Welcome back to the IEM Shanghai Qualifiers for the Oceania region. It is going to be Greyhounds versus Chiefs Map 2. Of course, we did just see Greyhounds get out of the blocks and off to the races versus the Chiefs. They did take the first map, Nuke, and we are now on to Overpass. Of course, I'm John Allen, and joining me yet again, the illustrious Alex Snod Spyfield.
Surprise, surprise, I'm back again for the next map of this best of three. Didn't change casters in between, who knows?
But you never know.
You never know. You never know.
Could be anyone.
Here in sunny Katowice.
Yeah.
But enough is enough. Into the game, Overpass. Obviously, we said so many times already, sound like a broken record at this point. The fact that Overpass, extremely lenient in terms of predictions and analytics going into this one for Greyhound. If Chiefs wanted a real chance or to give us confidence, for example, that they could take this best of three, they had to win Nuke. They fall short. Yes, it was 16-13, but I don't think that 16-13 scoreline really reflects that matchup. I feel like it was always Greyhound's map, even though the game was only 3 rounds, between the two teams. Yeah,
there was. I think I think that's right. I think there was more the slip-ups of Greyhound that allowed Chiefs to get as far as they did. It felt like, when they lost a round, it was more on the fact that they were missing shots. They were not coordinated. They weren't rotating properly towards that B site specifically on Nuke. So it'll be interesting to see in a map where they're just so heavily favored if they're going to be able to annihilate them in the same fashion they did 16-5 previously in the DreamHack qualifiers. Potentially.
Obviously, this matchup has a lot more weight on it as it is the closed qualifier. You win this best of three, you play one more best of three, the finals, and you go to Shanghai and
it's best of 5 for the finals.
Best of 5, obviously. I think you must get a match.
It's some weight.
We don't know yet. There'll be an advantage for coming through the.
We should probably look that up.
That would be smart.
Yeah,
I think we're not intelligent. That's why we dropped out of school and we're here casting.
Yeah.
But enough of our awful past and into the present. Greyhound, I think this is pretty much tipped to their favour. I think this is going to be a 2-0.
Well, that's the future.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. See, I dropped out of 6th one. We dropped out of university, so you had that leg up.
Yeah, no, I do got.
So, yeah. You got a couple more %.
I'm gonna hold that over
you.
I'm gonna hold that over you.
Hold what? Sorry.
Hold that over you.
Oh yeah, definitely. Please do.
It's a saying that means.
Yeah. Obviously, went way over my head that one.
Yeah. So that's what you get at university. Yeah. Well, the first few years, but.
And a couple grand.
Do you know what?
Let's not. Tens of grand actually.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah. Well, what we can talk about is the last match. Try to break that one down. If we are going to be singing the praises of Chiefs and give them confidence going into this matchup, where were the signs? I almost said Dick Stacey then. Dizzy Life on 4 frags in the first half on the T side from Chiefs was non-existent half from him. Into the CT half, we saw basically tripling his frags to 12 to 15. He was showing presence towards outside, showing confidence. He was missing a few easy shots, but that does happen when you play that high sensitivity, high flick-esque style of AWPing. However, Overpass, CT side here for Chiefs, as it is the map pick from Greyhound. We have to see Dizzy Life step up. I'm sorry, but you can have a poor T-half AWPing on Nuke. That's fine. Obviously, AWPing on the T-half of Nuke is a struggle. CT side Overpass is an AWPer's playground. You look at Guardians out there, your Fallens, the way they just make toilets their bitch, essentially, and just demolish everyone around. A-long, towards toilets, in connector, hard at the angle there from
There's
Banana.
There's certainly some graffiti being put in there, let's put it that way.
Exactly. It's one of these maps where the CT AWPer has to show dominance towards toilets. He cannot give it up for free. Yeah. If he is Molotoved off towards Banana, smoked off towards the front toilets, he has to be landing the shots that come up through Banana towards the site. He has to be locking down A-long, and he cannot be missing the easy shots as they pass into his crosshair. Yeah,
that's the sort of thing you can't be missing out on. But of course, we did see Texter really stepping up as well on those FAMAS kills going through. On that second half, of course, it was a little bit too little, too late. But I think we were away. No, I'm jumping the gun.
You've been fooled.
I've been fooled. I am a fool.
Now I think the game's live.
Oh well. Do you know what? I'm happy with that anyway, because the game is getting to start.
Seconds matter, mate.
It is, yeah, seconds matter, but it is Overpass now for the Chiefs versus the Greyhounds. Greyhound have a chance to go straight to the closed qualifier finals with a chance of that spot in Shanghai. The match is underway between these two teams in the pistol round, as we said, one of the most valuable rounds going.
I don't know if we're in game yet. That's the issue.
I hear the sound, so I imagine we are.
Well, if we're on camera, unfortunately, you're going to see our foreheads. It is going to be the game going live here. Round number 1 for Greyhound versus Chiefs. Tux, the IGL obviously investing into the utility here. Smoke and Diffuse Kit. Forces a Kevlar going to be rounding off the rest of the CT buy, as there's no real aggression towards middle, no real aggression towards toilets. They're not hearing for the footsteps towards connector. They're not peering in and seeing if there's anyone towards middle. So right now, Chiefs playing very passive, very scared, lacking information. And this bodes very, very well for Grayhound.
Yeah, they've got a really strong launching platform here. They just need to execute properly. They have got a smoke available on Dexter, looking to pop that one back towards bank or just back of sight in general. And there we go. They're going to be zoning it off. Dexter to take face. Will be able to get a couple of shots off, but doesn't manage to hit them just yet. 2 players bearing down will be enough to take him out. And it's going to be Malta as well to get a second to follow it up. Bomb gets planted very, very quickly. And now it's Chiefs on the back foot, on the rotate, trying to push up, trying to push through. They don't have any utilities to play with. Actually, Dizzy Life managed to pick up a smoke. And he does go down almost straight away. Trying to land those USP headshots, but it's just not working out for them. Flix finally manages to land his crosshairs in the right place, but it's a little bit too little too late as the Chiefs go down in round number 1.
Deja vu then coming into Overpass as it's Greyhounds to win yet another pistol, going 3 for 3. 1-0 for them. Obviously coming in towards the A site, Chiefs had no information. They had no presence towards connector, not even listening for footsteps. No one peeking in towards middle, having any idea if it was a 4-1 starter CS with 4 connector, 1 middle. They had no one peeking A long, no one peeking towards banana. You give up so much space to Grayhound, and the problem is those USPs are stronger at range. If you play that passive and that scared, the duels are always going to be in favor of the Glocks up close. But anyway, round number 2 here. It will be the force buy coming out for the CT side. A thing to note as well is Dizzy Life has force as well, which means going into the first buy round, if Chiefs do lose this round, there will be no AWP for Dizzy Life into the first buy round. And that AWP on the CT side is a massive salient talking point that we were talking about earlier.
Well, again, a cohesive push towards the B site through Monster. Dizzy Life will face off with that CZ. They're looking to find the shots. He's very wary of his flank, but you can be wary all you like, but when you've got 4 AKs pointing your direction, it's going to be pretty tricky to come out alive, and he doesn't manage to do it. Texter trying to hit the shots with the Deagle through the shelves, managed to find the headshot onto Gratisfaction, but does get taken down eventually. Now it's just Tux and APOC left alive, and well, only half of that is now remaining. 4 versus 1 with the CZ. I mean, as good as you think those odds might be, they are in fact against Chiefs. It's my professional analysis.
4-1 odds. Yeah, if there were odds, it probably would be 4-1 at this point, wouldn't it? In the whole match itself, 1 return or 1.2 or something to 3, ridiculous like that.
Well, yeah, I'm not good at setting odds. I'm good at telling you if odds are good or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I can tell you that APOC has bad odds right now. You
think?
Yeah.
Well, you can already hear, I imagine the viewers at home can hear as well, the intercoms of Chiefs as they talk in-game. Obviously, you want to give respect to APOC while he's still alive, so they talk in-game. And that's not a good sign. They're complaining about rotations. You're 2 rounds into the matchup. You're already having a discussion or a debate or a bit of an argument about rotations and not rotating properly. Oh dear, is frustration starting to mount here in the camp for Chiefs. Obviously a frustrating loss on Nuke from the last map means they might have some arguments to be boiling over into this one.
Yeah, well hopefully they can pull it together. You know, quick splash of water to the face. Stop it. Stop that. Stop arguing.
Is that how
We're a
you
team.
deal with arguments in your house?
Absolutely.
Water to the face?
Absolutely. What? Is there a better way? It's like flicking a dog on the nose.
Do you know what? I do not
condone that. I do not condone that. But that was in the Scooby-Doo movie.
Right.
A long time ago. Did you ever watch that?
Probably.
Anyway.
You look a bit like Shaggy, to be fair.
Do I? Oh,
no,
cheers.
I'm joking, mate.
Oh, okay.
2-0.
All right, Velma. Calm down.
Round number 3. As it's going to be the eco for Chiefs, so obviously with the ecos, if this was the T side, we'd be saying their goal is to get the bomb planted. Instead, on the CT side, the real goal here is to deal economical damage to Grayhound. You know, try and get 3 frags, essentially. Take money out of the bank from Grayhound. And who knows, best case scenario, you pick up a UMP, you get a kill with that UMP, you get additional cash going to the next buy round. Anyway.
The aggression now coming out towards the A-bomb site for Grayhound. They push it on in. They are going to get the first kill as well. Trying to trade it back, but they're just getting shut down. 1 kill apiece so far for multiple players. Dexter finds the second. Spots the other coming through the smoke. Has to do a double take, but Gratisfaction will take it down in the end. And there we go. 3 rounds on the board for Grayhound. Relatively expected after winning that pistol. They should be pretty happy with that. But now the buy round starts to come out for the Chiefs.
Well, well, well. Let's see what they have to bring here. How are they going to structure the CT side? Dizzy Life not having the AWP, which means their CT side, A side, might lack some defense. But it's going to be interesting. Did they go for a more of an aggressive approach because they lack the AWP? Maybe a play in towards Connect with the rifles. Maybe they can play a double setup in towards Toilets, a crossfire towards Long Toilets and Banana. Do they play passive and play on the sights? Obviously, the rifles are very good versus the execution. The play here from Dizzy is aggression with a flashbang that actually landed onto Dick Stacy.
Yeah.
The problem here, this is a big issue. Chiefs have just cleared A completely, which means Dexter might rotate towards Heaven. Dizzy Life spots no one Playground. He spots no one as well in towards T stairs. No one towards A long. This might mean a misjudgment call if they do rotate a player and leave.
They're playing very passively towards that A. So on the Bathroom's position, you can see you've got Dizzy Life all the way far back towards that A site, and then Texter even further back. They're playing that mid position, and actually they will be the ones taking the face eventually, as it does push up.
So, utility is strong here for Grayhound. Banana control in their domain as well. They can go for the execution if they want to and line up the grenades. And here it is. Let's see. Dizzy Life spotted towards the left corner. Here goes for the peek in and the duel, but loses it, of course, to the now infamous Dick Stacy as the push begins.
One player left on site in Texter. Needs to show up now as they are putting their aggression to bear. Trying to push up. Here goes Urcast around the corner, lands the headshot onto APOC. Looking for flicks behind the truck as Dick Stacy pushes up the long. Traded back for 2, but Gratisfaction makes sure that they come out on top in the end. And Dexter will close it down. Greyhounds take round 4. They win the buy round, and they are in a really strong position now at the start of Overpass, a map that they were fated to win so far.
Yeah, a lot of issues there from Chiefs. There's many different options you can have in that scenario. If you're Chiefs and you flash Dizzy in towards A long, and you have all that information, you either leave Dizzy there with the forward position, you rotate a player towards Heaven, or you go for a later round aggression. The problem is they stand static in towards Toilets. Dizzy Life is playing an AWP position at the back of Toilets with the pixel angle. He has a rifle in that position, which means if he gets caught out like he did, he hasn't got that one shot with the AWP to bail him out of that situation. He loses the duel to Dick Stacy and gives up that A site. But now it's going to be the quality buy from Chiefs. 2 sets of Kevlar here from Texter and Flix. CZs and 5.7s and Deagles and USPs is all they have to wield here, as we seem likely to see a 5-0 start for Grayhound on their T side as well for Overpass.
Position in connector for the Greyhounds. They've already managed to find 2 kills, and as you say, it's very unlikely that Chiefs are going to be able to find the pick-off here that they need to come back into this one. They have the Deagle on Tux. They're looking to try and trade through connector, but the bomb has already been rotated up towards Bathrooms. They're going to A. They do manage to find a kill onto Dexter, so they can pick up one of those rifles in connector if they do push aggressively, but the bomb's already over towards the A site. There's no kits available. This retake is pretty much impossible coming through from the Chiefs, so I wouldn't be surprised if we would just see the AK getting picked up and then just go for a full save. They can't go for this aggression. There's so much utility left on the Greyhounds.
Yeah, they have the AK as well they can save. Texter has Kevlar, which means he can actually drop over an M4 to APOC or Dizzy Life essentially. Or even better, he could drop over an AWP to Dizzy Life, which means he can then afford more utility in a pistol potentially. So the buy could be better for them. But the situation could also be better, as they are facing a 5-0 deficit. Right now, unable to get a single round on the board, as Grayhound continue their dominance from Nuke. Ooh, Flix. Maybe spotted out here. Just want to see if he can save and salvage onto the Kevlar. So not the biggest loss there. Didn't have an M4 to salvage, but will lose his armor.
That was actually Malta who managed to get the kill onto Flix at the end there, I think. Someone else to back him up. But yeah, he does go down in the end, and now another buy round coming through for both Chiefs and Greyhounds. Yeah,
pivotal rounds here for Chiefs. If they lose this one, we could be witnessing a 10-5 half here, or a 9-6 as a bare minimum. A half which is extremely strong and potent going into the CT half from Grayhound. If you got 9 rounds in your T-side Overpass, many people would consider that one GG. So this is the turning point for Chiefs. They have to deliver.
It seems like they're starting off in the right way.
Do, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're trying to push through. Flix is able to just shut them down already. They've taken 3 players off the board. Gratisfaction trades it back, so they now have a 4 versus 2. This is a situation that we did actually see Chiefs manage to win in previously on Nuke.
Yep.
So all is not lost. But they are looking to try. They're just reassessing their options right now. They're falling back. The bomb is dropped back towards T-spawn, so they haven't fully committed to one of these sites. With Gratisfaction on that AWP, if you manage to land a shot, get a pick, that's a 3 versus 2, and that is a winnable situation. Ooh. You can see Urcast as well manage to find a frag as someone pushes up aggressively. Dizzy Life on that AWP as well. That's a massive deficit now, so Greyhounds have a chance.
Chiefs have to push Monster here. Yeah. Tux pushing B, going to be gaining all the information they need, allowing for the extra player Flex to rotate in towards the A site now. Chiefs have the keys to victory here into this round. The rotations are correct, but Counter-Strike can always deliver the uncertain result. And as it all comes down to the headshots, the grenades, the utility rain in towards this A bomb site. The smoke as well going to be able to shroud the plant as the bomb makes its way in towards the site. I wish I could see.
Yeah, Tux is on a long rotate, and Flix actually gets the play around the smoke. That's the bomb carrier as well. 12 seconds left on the clock means that Urcast really has his work cut out for him. It's not going to go well. Chiefs managed to put their first round on the board, and Greyhounds take a dip there with a lovely couple of early picks coming out from the Chiefs.
5-1 then. 3 players surviving for Chiefs. So in terms of cash, if they lose this round, 2 players could force into the next one. So it's not awful, but it's not the best scenario for them. Greyhound right now going to be telling themselves this is the round where we should be able to reset Chiefs and basically win the half in dominant fashion. So AWP from Dizzy Life going to be spotted out there by Gratisfaction. Both AWPers not able to capitalize off of the peaks as they fall back in towards their defensive positions. Connector control here going to be obtained by Greyhound. Wow, this is a read. This for me is anti-stratting. Being able to know that they can walk through the connector smoke scot-free, and this means Chiefs aren't going to be expecting Greyhound to be this forward in Banana with 1:20 left on the clock. So far for Greyhound, they've just exploited this A site time and time again.
Urcast just trying to scope out those bathrooms, see if anyone's lurking around. Hasn't seen anyone, and there isn't anyone there either. But they are going to drop the smokes now towards the A-bomb site. The execution coming out with a minute left on the clock. They're looking to push around. The flashbang goes down, and Tex is there to face. Drops the incendiary. Dizzy Life finds the frag on towards Long. Is traded back by Malta, and they're playing up close. They have to fall back now towards that A-bomb site. You can see they've already cut off Dizzy Life. He goes down to Dexter as APOC pushes up through the back of site, and he gets spotted out yet again. Dexter's just absolutely on a rampage. 2 kills now as he's rotating around and about everywhere he needs to be.
Must save now for Chiefs. APOC going down there towards the CT stairs. Smoke will signal the throwing in of the towel. However, on a brighter note, Tux and Flix both have enough. Both have enough cash to drop over weapons into round number 7, so they can go for a 4-weapon buy, which is going to be far better than we anticipated when only 2 players had $3,000 from the last one. So as long as they can save their weapons here, John, should be a decent buy for Chiefs into round number 7. Oh, that's not good. And now they know exactly where he is. And Dex is going to get the last frag as well onto Flick. So
very
detrimental result there for Chiefs. They could have had a strong buy into this one, and that might even cause for a save here.
I think pistols will get dropped across.
That is horrendous.
Yeah, that was really, really disastrous. Just awful timed peeking. It's not anyone's fault really, but it was just unlucky that he pushed out as soon as he looked over towards that B bomb site. He pushed out of Squeaky and managed to get the frag onto the player playing water, and then they had a 2v1 face.
Yeah, exactly.
They know where he is. He's 2v1. Managed to get 1 kill, but Greyhounds will happily give that over. You can see the amount of money they've got on board. Should be able to tie them over just fine. And now they're going for another push towards that B site. They're setting up. It doesn't look like they want to push fast, but they are going to go straight through Monster. Monster up connector. First kill goes over. Dexter finds 2. And already that B site is completely open. Urcast playing alone in that connector position. Will find 1. Taken down though. There's 2 of the players left alive. Both of them Chiefs. Just sending them packing. They do want to keep that AK-47 saved up. Although the Greyhounds will know exactly where they are, and I wouldn't be too surprised if they want to keep going hunting, because of course they do just want to keep that economic impact going whilst they can.
Chiefs will be saving the AK onto Texter. So that's going to be some additional firepower for themselves to work with into the 8th round. 7-1 scoreline now for Grayhound moving forward onto their T-side assault. So far, minimal resistance being shown by Chiefs, a lack of aggression, a lack of confidence as well from Chiefs towards the A site, which means they give up so much room for Grayhound to work for free. You know, typically, when we see T-side teams get toilets control and get banana control, they have to waste so much utility. Flashes towards A long, smoke front toilet, Molotov into banana stairs, Molotov into the back of toilets to Molotov out an AWP or the corner as well. Flashes over banana to force back an AWP. And look at what Grayhound can do in these buy rounds. Minimal resistance, they have all their utility left over for when they go for the execution onto the site, which means they have Molotovs for days in the afterplant to deny a retake. They have smokes to deny the retake as well, just to minimize the chances for Chiefs throughout the whole course of the round. And they need to force out utility from Grayhound early on. They have to force out Grayhound to show their hand as to where they are at the start of the round, because right now Chiefs have no information any point within the round. It's fairly one-dimensional. Yeah,
they don't have an AWP as well, which means they can't play that aggressive bathrooms position that you were talking about before. They can't have that advantage on long, and when you're coming up against an AWP like Gratisfaction, you don't give them that room to work, otherwise they will take advantage of it and make sure it goes their way. They're looking to try and push over towards B, though, it seems, and Tux will be ready to face, but gets shut down straight away through Monster, and they are wasting no time in pouring straight on through. Flick's playing up by Toxic. They have the flank in form of APOC. With that, FAMAS finds one as they try to push out onto the B-bomb site. They are just going to be stilted just a little bit as they rotate down towards short. Do have a player connector to contend with. They have to be careful. But he gets backed off, the rotate has to come through, and now Greyhounds have every facet of this B site ready and waiting to go. They've got 23 seconds left on the clock, and at this point they're pretty much committed to going for this full execute. They can't go for around the world, they need to just push in straight away. They get the trade, Dick Stacy comes out on top against all the odds there. APOC ready and waiting on site, has the FAMAS, finds one on the spray, Dexter finds one, but it's traded back, and Gratisfaction's last man on the site. 6 seconds left on the clock, he's going to go for the plant. Dizzy Light has 15 HP, he's trying to push in, he's trying to hold the angle, waiting for Gratisfaction to peek him. The AWP versus the M4, it's one shot, wins it all. As the pistol gets picked out, that's a good call there, good communication. He's waiting for the push to come through, he spots it out, and Gratisfaction takes the round for Greyhound.
It looked like there was nothing left in it for Greyhound. Pushing in towards Monster with 18 seconds left on the clock. Somehow they managed to gain the entry towards Monster. Flick's just dropping the ball there, crumbling with the spray towards Monster, allows them to follow themselves through the tunnel, trade frags onto the sites, and they had the 4 versus 3, trade it down to the 2 versus 1, and by the numbers, no Thorn or Richard Lewis this time, as they win the round just through the numbers game. You found about the numbers? Did you watch that?
Not as much as I'd like.
Yep.
No. But we are underway into the round. Greyhounds actually taking 2 kills, taking 2 deaths early on. Dexter just gets a cheeky little spray down as well, and they're going to remind them that, hang on a minute, no, this is Overpass. We're Greyhounds. We have the advantage here.
I'm sure they're saying that right now.
I think they are. I think they're sending a pigeon over. That's how they communicate in Australia, right?
Oh, dear. Could you imagine if the comms were that Hollywood? We are the Greyhounds. This is Overpass.
We are the Greyhounds. This is Overpass. It is our domain.
I don't know if there's some war from World of Warcraft, mate, who's introducing Simon Cowell to the X Factor. Maybe. I don't know, mate. I've heard it all today.
Chief Bloodlord, Simon Cowell.
Anyway, we are rambling as Chiefs are, well, into disarray at this point. 1-9 down, it's a 1 versus 3. Maybe there's a chance here for Dizzy Life, and can he bring life into this one for Chiefs? No, he can't. From behind, Dick Stacy with the fast, swift trade frag, 9-1. 8-round advantage now for Greyhound going forward. 1 round away from double digits on their T-side Overpass, and it just goes to show the difference in pedigree, the discrepancy between the two teams as we head into round number 11.
It's really dominant right now. I mean, this T-side is really strong from Greyhound. Chiefs not putting up the defense that they need to, and I'm sort of struggling to see where they can pick it up, because it is just so overwhelmingly in favor of Greyhounds, but it seems like I mean, we kind of were expecting this in a lot of ways, but it's even so, it's kind of a little bit sad to see that it's going so in favor of Greyhounds right now. Of course, the half isn't over, and in this bye round, if Chiefs lose this bye round, that's pretty much like that's disastrous, right, for Chiefs.
Oh, that flash timing, pivotal here as they push in towards the B site. Trades, frags go back 1 for 1. HE Grenade nearly going to be taking down the life of Dick Stacey, but he's still alive and kicking. Minute 10 left on the clock as the Molotovs, the grenades, the flashes, the smokes all rain into the site as the push does commence.
Starting to take it up. 2 players left on the site. Dizzy Life on the flank gets 1 for 1 traded. Texter playing up the short. They're trying to counter this push. Slow and steady for the Greyhounds so far. Not living up to their namesake just yet. APOC gets backed off of that plywood stack. And actually Tux managed to land the headshot. The bomb actually faded away through Monster. They're going for a long rotate through connector from Urcast. They might be looking to force a rotate, and actually Chiefs moving up towards that A site. They've lost control of the bomb. They've lost sight of it. And now's the chance for Greyhound to go for the double fake. Looking to push it on in towards that B site. They do still have Tux to contend with. They have a player short. The over-rotate from Chief towards that A site. And actually, is that Tux going away as well?
And here we go. 10 seconds left on the clock. Can they pass? Actually, Tux giving them free range of passage here, playing in towards Graffiti, playing the off angle, finds the cementing frag to grant themselves the 1 versus 3 as the bomb is planted with 1 second to spare. Easy frags found. The wallbang comes in through the plywood, and it goes 9-2.
Yeah, finally, they're able to pick up another round. The Greyhounds waiting a little bit too long to pull the trigger on that push. The rotate wasn't quite as fast as it needed to be through connector, and unfortunately, they weren't able to push onto the site. They didn't have the utility remaining, and it didn't go their way.
So, 2-9. Obviously, we're not going to be singing the praises of Chiefs just yet.
No.
They still have a lot more work to do to bring this game back into a winnable favor, or a favor where they can actually see themselves winning it. So I think if this goes 10-5, there's a chance. Obviously, they have a impeccable T-half. If they win the pistol, maybe win the first buy round, get it close like to a 9-8 scoreline, and try and do the same as they did on Nuke and get that second half resurgence. However, it is incredibly unlikely. We are anticipating Greyhounds to close this one out, but we can't be closing that door just yet. As we see another buy round here for both teams. Dizzy Life with the peek and peer over the smoke, able to isolate Gratisfaction and the bomb for the first frag.
Very nice work around those traces from the bullets coming through. Predicted the position and actually takes down the bomb carrier. So that'll flash up on their map. Dick Stacey with a nice long flank.
Silly that.
We'll be able to trade it back. But they are now still 2 players down. The double AWP setup came out from Chiefs at the start, but Dizzy Life already gone down. Tux, though, making it work for him. Managed to land the AWP shot through the short towards water. Does have a player at his back as well. The bomb rotating up towards bathrooms. They're playing for a site. Flix, though, is on site, and he's just going to shut him straight down. Now it's a 1 versus 4, and Dexter, he's not really looking very strong in this current situation. And he gets shut down. APOC just holding on the site, and Chiefs take another round. Very, very nice. And I mean, look at the economy for Greyhound. They don't have the money that they want. They can't go for a full buy here.
Yeah, aggression this time from Chiefs. Double play in towards connector. Find themselves frag a piece, APOC and Tux with a secondary op, both get 2 kills, or a kill each, 2 frags aggregately. Kill as well early on from Dizzy Life. He did overstep the mark and get traded out eventually, but until that point, he got themselves the entry onto Gratisfaction. So in terms of numbers, it looked good there for Chiefs. The issue is, Greyhound now know that Chiefs are playing a double op setup, John. And what you do versus a double op setup, you rush them down, flashbangs to counter the play.
Oh!
Okay, or you can just win the duel at range with the CZ. That
As we all know,
works.
CZ 75 is greater than AWP. CZ 75 is the best gun in the game, hands down. Well, certainly that's what all the evidence points to, right? Being out on AWP, and they managed to pick it up, put it into the hands of Dexter. Might throw it over to Gratisfaction in a minute, but for now, he's claiming his victory prize for the kill.
Yeah. This is where Greyhound now can slow the pace of the round right down. They have an AWP to hold the choke points. He can peek in towards Monster, hold towards B short, and anticipate the CT side to push for information, which is happening right in front of our very eyes here, John.
Yeah.
They play the slow game, they wait for the overstep of the mark from the CTs that are trying to find information, and now they have themselves the 3 versus 5 advantage. But They're not out of the woods just yet. They still only lack Kevlar, or they still only have Kevlar onto 3 of the players, which means utility actually in the favor of Grayhound. They're looking very good here. 30 seconds left, and have they played this one too slow?
Oh, we'll have to wait and see. APOC trying to get those shots for the AK, lines one up, but doesn't manage to find the second. Dexter now towards that back of sight, towards Monster, has the AWP. They're going for a boost. Dizzy Life over the wall with the AWP, trying to find Dexter. If he can find that, it's a lot of power, but Dexter finds him instead. Dexter round the corner now, 1 versus 4, manages to find the first. Looking for the rest. Dexter is low. Sorry, he's not low. He has the AWP, and he's going to be able to use it again. 4 kills in the round for Dexter on an eco, and Greyhounds take it. That is why they were predicted to win this map. That is why we said they were so strong here.
Okay. In the middle portion of these rounds, it's always the B site that pushes for information. So far, it's been Tux 3 times. That last round, it was Flix that went for it from Monster. It's always the B site that has to probe out information. Even though Dexter's given an op towards B. Players spotted towards the B site. There is no reaction or play from Chiefs at A. They're not pushing towards A long, minute 10 left on the clock. They're not pushing and peering in early on when they need to gain information, and the time they do it, they're being held against. It's going to be 2 frags going in favor of Grayhound. It's already a 10-3 scoreline here, John. 5 versus 3 into this one. This is just clinical play here from Grayhound.
Yeah, they drooped a little bit on that previous buy round, but they are back in action now, and they're really showing what they can do. APOC playing up close will be facing off against Urcast. Has the CZ, but the headshot is just going to wipe him clean off the face of the server. As they fall it back now, 2 versus 5. The bomb rotating over towards that B site. 1 player playing bathrooms for the CTs. 1 player playing towards A site as well for the CTs. Dick Stacey just staying on that long flank, and actually Flix might be able to find the back of him. Managed to land the headshot, picks himself an AK. Nice little upgrade there, as he will be able to throw the M4 over to Tux. But the bomb site B is under threat now. Bomb pretty much guaranteed to go down here right now. Dexter's just going to get it planted by the pillar. They're trying to look for the flank here. They're trying to look for exit frags on Flix. He's playing towards that T-spawn position, towards the ladder, looking for the exits. And there's no way that Chiefs can go for the retake here. They don't have the defuse kits available. Greyhounds, they have 4 players up. It's just not possible, really, because they don't have the utility either.
Indeed, indeed. 11-3 as we head into the final round of potentially this final map of this best of 3. Chiefs, in terms of cash, it's going to be fairly lackluster. Similar affair to the end of Nuke, where we said, because the money is so low for Chiefs, we are expecting Greyhounds to take the final round of the half, which they did. And if they do, that sets up for a very ugly 12-3 for Chiefs, which wouldn't be boding too well when the sides do flip. So, Let's see what they can afford, though. So far, it's better than anticipated. 3 rifles, 2 saved AKs.
There's another FAMAS on the floor there.
Sorry, 1 saved AK, 1 saved M4, 2 FAMASs and the CZ, 1 defuse kit, no Molotovs, but decent smokes and flashes, so they have some utility to work around. Smoke going out early on from the likes of APOC to smoke out Monster, which means maybe Chiefs expecting a B rush here from Greyhound with the amount of confidence they've managed to gather and garner so far into this one.
Well, this is the thing, though. You can if you're so confident on a map like Overpass, they've been playing relatively B-oriented so far. They haven't really shown towards long. So on the last round, we'll just go long instead, and then Chiefs have no grounds with which to play against that strategy.
Yeah, definitely. So minute 15 left on the clock here. Going to be the slow play coming out from Greyhound, and this is the situation where they've done very, very, very good aggression from the CT side. Tux has pushed B short. They've got position in towards connector from Texter and APOC. Now Chiefs have to know it's the A site. They have to know it's going to be A. Yet there's still 4 players situated towards the B bomb site here from Chiefs. They're leaving Dizzy Life alone on his lonesome, and they've pushed T-spawn now at this point, John. This is getting quite ridiculous.
I mean, this is certainly interesting. I'll call it interesting. the fan favorite of the caster lingo, but the rotates are starting to come through. They're going for a long flank, actually. Dizzy Life playing up in those bathrooms. That FAMAS is deadly close up and personal. He finds a third as well. APOC is ready to back him up, and there's the flashbang around the corner. They're allowing Dizzy to just go full on ham. Finally gets taken down, and Urcast is on a rampage of his own. Dick Stacy at his back. They are going to roll through onto Connector and play down towards that B bomb site, but the damage is done. Look at the HP left. Look at the time left on the clock. This is so dangerous for Greyhounds to play in this position. They have 10 seconds to get onto the site. The smoke towards heaven means that Flix can't just rain those shots down through. There's a defuse kit available for Tuck, so they have the time to reset up, re-go for this, but there's no utility. They don't have a lot to work with.
2 versus 2. Utility in the favor for Greyhounds here as Chiefs have nothing to their name. But they have the health advantage as the retake begins. Flix pushing in towards water. The first peek comes in. It's Tux to find the first one to Dick Stacy. Now the CTs can trade the frag, or don't even need the trade nevertheless. 4-11. A psychological difference from 12-3, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
Chiefs can definitely feel like they can come back into this matchup and get the resurgence on their T half. Obviously, it is extremely, extremely arduous to fight back from 11-4. But to fight back 11-4 on your T side of Overpass is something which would be impressive, to say the least. But then again, does a map like Overpass favor Chiefs?
Yep.
Okay, we're back. Apologies there. We know that Chiefs play methodical and slow and tactical in a map like Overpass, where you do your mid control, you smoke out toilets, you Molotov banana, you flash A long, you take B short control after the Molotov fades with the flashbangs. And it's a map where a slow, steady approach on the T side can be very, very effective. And that definitely could favor themselves going into the second half.
2 smokes being brought up by the Chiefs. They've obviously got something in mind. The flashbangs being chucked on out. They're all in connector right now. They are heavily prioritizing B presence, but up the stairs they go instead. And it looks like they are going to be facing off against Dick Stacy. Not going to have the best of luck on the first try, as Dexter is going to push out straight away as well. And they are just getting shut down. They try and step out and get punished immediately. Flix and APOC left up. The bomb down, in control of Grayhound right now. And this is really not good. This is really not a good start to the half that they really needed to win this pistol round, because this is going to put them 12-4 at a really bad disadvantage. Going for the knife, Dick Stacy is going to snatch that one away from him.
12-4. 4 out of 4 pistols, 1 here for Greyhound in this best of 3. And that stat alone could be enough to send them into the upper finals to play the final best of 3 tomorrow for spots at IEM Shanghai. As we go into round number 17, it will be the fully fledged force buy from Chiefs. Deagle for Flix, but apart from that, 4 CZs wielded by the remaining players from Chiefs as they fully invest into Kevlar as well. But I say fully invest, they are lacking utility across the board. No flashbangs, no smokes, nothing. So
yeah, they're just trying to go for that full-on rush, but they're not rushing, which is kind of interesting. And
well, they're playing for picks. They're playing for picks.
Right.
They're playing for picks without deagles. Well, they've only got 1 out of Flix. That's the issue. When you have like a deco with no utility, Kevlar, you know, you have your deagles that peek in towards positions to try and get early frags, and you basically try and win the numbers game with a 4 versus 5 with picks. Problem is, though, these CZs, it's not going to work in their favor. Not only is there a scout there for Greta's faction, but up close is Dick Stacy, and of course Dexter. So 4 players staying alive, but at this point, money doesn't really matter too much. The real commodity at this point, later on into the matchup, is rounds.
Yeah, this is a real bad situation for Chiefs. Obviously, winning the pistol round for Greyhound, following it up with a second, means that Chiefs need to just fall back and go for a full eco. And at that stage, you can't afford to lose any more rounds because you're 14-4 down. You give them one more, they're going to win another round in this half. Their prowess on Overpass is so strong. Of course, last time these two met on Overpass, it was 16-5 to the Greyhounds. At the moment, they're looking set to try and beat that record. So are the Chiefs going to be able to, well, get themselves over 5, really?
Maybe that can give them confidence.
The 3rd prime number.
Yeah, maybe that can give them confidence to the lower bracket final. We'll see. But it seems likely we'll be casting Chiefs into the next best of 3 of the day, as that will be the lower bracket final. The winner of that goes into the final of the closed qualifier to play for the spot. And Dizzy Life right here is trying to get some victory. It's a small win. Maybe it's a win for his confidence to knock the ego off of Urcast, but I'm pretty sure Urcast has the laugh here when you take a quick glance at the score.
Yeah, it's I mean, getting a knife kill is always good. I think in terms of morale, as you say.
Are you a fan of the backstab? Are you a fan of it from behind?
I enjoy seeing people kill each other with knives in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Yes, if that's what you're asking. But Dexter, he's asking himself, oh, is Christmas come early? Because I've just found 3 kills with a MP9. Dizzy Life is going to pick it up though. He's going to be holding the bomb as well.
Yeah, Dizzy now into the 1 versus 3, and Dizzy gonna have to be like a rascal here if he wants to try and slip in and get the bomb down. But it seems unlikely, as he has been spotted now.
Oh.
Dinked down to 17 points of health, and the Ancient Eagle will finish the job that was started by Gratisfaction's MP9. 14-4, 10-round advantage. The bye will come to fruition now for Chiefs, but it's pretty much 10 rounds too late.
Yeah, it's going to be a real struggle. It's definitely an uphill struggle at this point. They have the bye round. They lose here. They pretty much lose the game. They lose the match, and they go to that consolidation final at the end of the lower bracket. We'll have to wait and see who they're going to be stacking up against as well. But Grayhound, they're into the final furlong now. They just need to reach that finish line. Seems like Chiefs are their faux hair as well.
That one went over my head.
Victory.
That one went over my head.
Well, in Greyhound racing,
yeah.
They chase a false hair that goes around a track. That's why they run so fast. They chase.
I feel like you would be someone that have been to a Greyhound track before.
I've never been.
Have you seen horse racing before?
I mean, I've never been to see it. No.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it on the TV. I watched the Grand National.
Of course, of course. The Grand National with an Earl Grey.
No, we had the whole family around. We had sweeps. It was great.
Sweeps? What's sweeps?
Sweepstakes.
Sweepstakes?
Yeah. Well, you all pull a name from a hat, and if you win a prize.
Fair enough, mate.
Well, it seems the prize that Greyhounds are looking to win is this round. 14-4 in a 5 versus 2. Well, 5 versus 4, but 4 versus 1 now. Chiefs really looking shaky right now. This bye round, losing it means that they have no economy left behind. They have the AWP on APOC. I mean, are they saving for overtime? Or are they just going to give up the ghost and go for that lower bracket consolidation? I'd imagine that if he gets 2 picks, he might go for it. But other than that, it's really looking pretty poor for him. Doesn't manage to land the shot. Will just get shut down. 20 seconds left on the clock, but it doesn't matter because Greyhounds have themselves a match point. Or plenty of match points, actually.
Yeah, to be precise, 11 match points to work with. So, going to be Greyhound taking this one. Especially when you look at the cash as well that is left over for Chiefs. $3,000 across the board. So in terms of the buy, or lack of buy, the most they can afford is a dropped over AK from Flix over to Dizzy Life. That will be given to... No, it'll be given to Texa, the star player for the roster. 16 years of age, but the sad thing is for Texa, I feel like a lot more people internationally would know his name if he didn't have that tarnished record with the VAC ban.
Yeah.
It does limit his possibility and his potential, and it also limits his worth to NA teams, his worth to international teams.
Yeah.
Having that, you know, mark against him.
Yeah, well, it just goes to show, you know, like, make sure you behave appropriately in all facets of your career.
Well, if he's 16 now and it's 2018, he was 12 years old when he's cheated. It can't really be held.
Yeah,
like
I know.
That.
Yeah, no, there is. I feel like there should be some limitation or something on it, but nevertheless, it seems like he is just going to go down anyway. Won't be able to do anything in the rest of this round. Chiefs look at a burst onto this B-bomb site. Greyhounds now up with a chance of taking themselves to that final. They close it down with a clean 0 points of damage onto their team. Chiefs take the game. They will take the match in a 2-0, which yours truly predicted.
Hey, I thought 2-1. It got pretty close, 16-13 on you. But I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, no, it is fair.
That was good. That was good.
Damn. No, but they do take the win. They are going to be going forwards one step closer to that Shanghai qualifying spot, which is, of course, what all these teams are here for, what we're here for to see. But, of course, the Chiefs going down to that consolidation.
Yeah, and for Grayhound as well. IEM Sydney, ESL Pro League, Dallas Final Season 7.
Yeah.
They can make it as well to IEM Shanghai. These guys have had a crazy run of form the past few months, which has really set them into the limelight internationally as well. Far more people now knowing of Grayhound, which is an advantage, but you can also be a blessing in disguise, or blessed with a curse, because this is the thing. When you're an underdog, it's very easy to get upset wins, as we saw versus SK, Nearly versus FaZe as well at IEM Sydney. But going into Dallas, teams weren't taking them lightly. Liquid did their homework on them, beat them 16-5 on cash.
Yeah.
Renegades did their homework on them, spanked them 2-0. on the best-of-3 losers final to send them last place. And this is the issue for Grayhound going into international tournaments now is they are a known quantity. Teams will not take them lightly after what SK did. Well, conversely, what they did to SK. So, yeah, just a little side tangent there for Greyhounds. Obviously, they want to solidify themselves internationally as the top team from the Aussie region, obviously participating in Australia. Renegade still #1. But yeah, just to give insight into the other best-of-3 that's going on in the lower bracket, we have to wait for that one to conclude before we can continue with the broadcast. That matchup, Tainted Minds versus Legacy, into the second map cache. Currently 8-7 at the half in favour of Legacy, but the first map was a 16-4 win for Tainted Minds on Inferno. So they had the one-map victory there, maybe a 2-0 for Tainted Minds, or maybe the whole 9 yards, 3-mapper, but we don't know yet. We will see how that one concludes before we come back to our face later on. But Greyhounds, 2-0, swift victory for themselves. Chiefs have to pick themselves back up now to play versus either Legacy or Tainted Minds. Yeah,
so of course Chiefs could come back and actually face off against Greyhound again in tomorrow's finals as well. There's that path for them to go. And given just purely on statistics, again, I think that it's a very even matchup between Tainted Minds and Chiefs at the moment. So it's probably going to come down to vetoes, probably a couple of close score lines on that if they do end up facing against Tainted Minds. But of course, as you say, beg your pardon, as you say, we have to wait for those matches to conclude because the Legacy Tainted Minds match still going on right now. And we're just taking a look at a couple of the highlights here. Earlier, we did see the beautiful double headshot from Gratisfaction with the Scout.
That was your little highlight, wasn't it?
I love it. I loved it. It was great because it was a.
You, didn't it?
Pardon?
That tickled you, didn't
Absolutely, in all the right places. It was through the wall as well, through 2 walls. He managed to land both headshots, which is obviously a little bit of luck involved, but you do love to see it.
Yeah, a salient point we can take from this as well was the fact that 4 out of 4 pistols were won by Greyhound in this best-of-3, and having both pistol round victories in a map itself is a massive leg up. 6 rounds, you know, when you only need 16 to win, it's basically a 30%, 35% advantage straight away against your opposition. You add in as well the fact that you have additional advantage in terms of the money advantage because well, you win cleanly versus the Antiques after winning the pistol. You've got 4,000 in the bank. You can survive losing a gun round. If you lose the first buy round, you can rebuy, then try and reset your other team. So you have that advantage that continues for almost 4 rounds afterwards. You get the 3-0 advantage, then 2 buy rounds later on. You still have that caveat of the reset, so it's a massive leg up.
And they were able to use that leg up to push themselves to victory over the top.
Who was your MVP for the series?
I want to say Texter. I think Texter or Dizzy Life, even though, you know, obviously they're on Chiefs. But I feel like Texter showed up so well in a couple of these fights, as did Dizzy Life in a couple of the clutch wins that they had. I'd like to give it over to one of them.
Yeah, for me, I would say Dexter probably, considering that he was calling very, very well on the T side. Yeah. Also delivering good numbers. Even that clip there, he's 15 kills and 3 deaths. So delivering numbers on the scoreboard. He had the crazy 3K on Nuke. He was delivering frag after frag on Overpass. Plus calling as well. Basically had it all. For me, my MVP. But yeah, shout out especially to Texter, showing us strong individual form. Dizzy Life on Nuke was very quiet, but on Overpass had a few key rounds. The problem was, though, Texter,
yes, with a T.
With a T. And Dizzy Life towards the A site lacked a lot of aggression for me. They played very stale on that A site, and that was one of the reasons why I think Greyhound have had a very easy T half. But yeah, all in all, I would say Greyhounds can be confident going into the finals tomorrow. Obviously, the best of 5, as you said. They should get the advantage with the win here as the upper bracket finalists to get maybe 1 map advantage or an advantage to the veto.
Well, we'll have to wait and see who they're going to be stacking up against, because of course we do have the consolidation final coming on in later on. I think we are going to go to a quick break before that happens, though. Are we? Yes.
You're looking at me as if I know. Now, I haven't heard anything yet, so
no, I haven't
your
either,
guess is as good as mine.
Well, yeah. So we are just going to go to a quick break.
Crumbled.
I'll just go, shall I? Shall I just leave now?
All right then.
No, that's all right.
Thanks for watching, everyone. You can obviously follow the Twitch stream if you want to, get updates when we go live again. Thank you very much for joining me, John. We'll be back with the losers, well, lower bracket final essentially. Chiefs versus the winner of Legacy Esports Gaming Club, brilliant name, versus Tainted Minds, coming up shortly.